it can be very easy to fall into the mindset of wanting a very cushy, comfortable, easy life that doesn't provide a lot of trials and tribulations and opportunities for growth through challenge and struggle. And I think in those moments, it's usually just as a result of the biological wiring of our monkey brains that is set to prioritize comfort as compared to discomfort. But in the same way that things like muscle and bone need the proper amount of stress in the proper ways to being able to grow and develop into everything that it could be, into the most functional version of itself, I feel like that is analogous to us as people, who we are in the world. We need to have these struggles come upon us. We need to have these hard times to being able to really see who we are and really be able to test our resilience. Almost like building a spice tolerance for food. We need to be able to slowly progress through the different levels to then be able to see where are we at? What can we actually handle? And I feel like in that process of testing, in that process of developing ourselves to the extent to which we're able to do extremely hard things that we wouldn't have been able to do 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, whatever it might be. I think if we are to shortchange ourselves of that potential incredible benefit from discomfort, from that pain associated with doing hard things, then we would be to live a life that is less than what it could otherwise be. And not only, again, you'll see a similar theme across most of my videos of this idea of doing our best not only for ourselves but for those around us. And so I think this concept of life should be hard is fundamental to at least the understanding that I've developed, that I've come to around how, when I find myself in those moments where reconsiderations are rampant, the schedule is packed, there's so many things to do, there's 3 assignments on the way that still need to be finished, I'm also wanting to do X, Y, and Z other thing with 3 other people. In those moments when it feels a little bit too much and that overwhelming feeling creeps up, regardless of the context, for different people it might mean different things. For more well-adapted people, that could mean a higher amount of things. For less well-adapted people, that could mean a lower amount of things. But in that way, it's not so much about comparing between them, but just recognizing where our level is to then be able to adapt to our particular situation as compared to applying someone else's framework to our own, which usually isn't very helpful. But I have to remember that I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for an easy life. The decisions that I'm making lead me towards living a hard life. And so it's only natural that there are moments where that could be a little bit overwhelming, that I could feel my ambitions maybe overshadowing my capacity at that time. But in reality, it's simply internal fortitude, a resilience to continue on, to keep doing the things that we know that we want to do and that we know is best for us to do. Each time that we put a tick on the side, or we put a tally mark on the side of us that is our best, highest version of ourselves, the stronger we get. And each time we become more proficient and more capable of putting another tick on. So my goal in each and every moment, as much as I can, is to just prioritize putting as many tally marks onto the side of my best, highest self. Because the more I do that, the easier it becomes. Momentum is incredibly useful in this kind of context. So that is the short, brief idea that I wanted to share today that was really important for me this week to remember. Amongst all of these different things that might come up in our lives, it's really, I've found, for me at the very least, it to be important to have this recalibration, this perspective shift, to remember life isn't supposed to be easy. Life should be hard, because that's how we get the most out of our experience, whether it's predetermined by us or external factors. So, again, if you have any comments, suggestions, ideas, feel free, start the conversation below. I'd really like to see you there. And once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon.